We possess a capacity for cold, calculating logic that can be instantly derailed by volatile emotions and base desires. These two forces, the rational and the reactive, occupy the same mind, yet they are constantly shattering each other's work. This internal division suggests we aren't a single unified biological experience, but a system built on a fundamental conflict. A specific framework for this conflict exists in the Sermon of the Imam regarding the creation of Adam. The sermon presents human origin as a cosmic collision of antagonistic opposites, rather than a standard biological progression. Understanding our daily internal struggles requires deconstructing these components. To see why we are divided, we have to examine the specific ingredients used to build us. The process began with soil gathered from opposing terrains, hard and soft earth, mixed with both sweet and salty soil. This diverse earth was infused with water, stripping the raw materials of impurities to create a pure base. Through kneading, moisture forced these unyielding soils to bond into a single, cohesive, sticky mass. From this mass, the text describes the sculpting of a specific anatomy, shaping curves, joints, and segments into a distinct human form. This form was left to harden for a set duration, baking until the material reached the density of ringing clay. This physical formation represents the first major synthesis. Naturally antagonistic soils are forced into permanent coexistence within a single unified vessel. The hardened clay was then animated by the breathing of the spirit, immediately granting the form life as a human being. This infusion granted the human an active intellect to exercise. This intellect functions as a tool for navigation, discerning truth from falsehood. However, the clay was a mixture of diverging elements and antagonistic opposites like sorrow and joy. These physical temperaments flood the mind, forcing the intellect to operate through a heavy emotional cocktail. This creates a unique paradox. A being with a broad capacity for reasoning is trapped within a reactive vessel built from the very ingredients of sorrow and instinct. This new creation immediately disrupted the cosmic order. God demanded the angels fulfill a pledge to honor the human by prostrating before him. The angels submitted, accepting the command and maintaining the hierarchy God had established. But Iblis and his tribe refused, overpowered by wretchedness and arrogance. Iblis based his rebellion on his composition. He viewed his origin in fire as superior and belittled a creature formed from mere sounding clay. His failure was his inability to see the synthesis. He focused on the lowliness of the clay and ignored the divine intellect placed within it. After this rebellion, God did not immediately destroy Iblis, but instead granted him a respite. This allowance was given a specific duration, until the day of the time well known. This respite creates an ongoing trial phase for humanity, stretching from the first creation to the end of the known timeline. This external threat targets the specific composition of our nature. Because the clay used to build us already contains the antagonistic opposites of sorrow and joy, we are structurally vulnerable to the very arrogance that consumed Iblis. Our internal pendulum, swinging between intellect and these physical temperaments, provides the friction necessary for this test. To be human is to navigate these contradictions every day. We are a perpetual test to see if a divine intellect can master the volatile, earthly ingredients from which we were made.